before we get started, I just have to thank you so much for being here, but we also have to acknowledge how weird this is. I'm just standing here, and y'all are just sat there. All of us are facing one direction for the most part. I mean, there's nothing normal about what it is we're doing. So, in the spirit of that, I thought we'd lean in with a theater game. Now, I know, I abhor audience participation. I do think it's as pretentious as using the word abhor in a sentence. But I am a theater major, so hence the show. So you are in the hands of a trained professional. Not only did I go to theater school once, I went a second time instead of learning what taxes are. Or what taxonomy means. And sadly, to this day, no one knows what taxonomy means. But if you'll indulge me, we'll get this right out of the way. We'll break the ice. This game is all about acknowledging that we are here, y'all are here, we see one another. So, y'all, this configuration, this assembly of people has never, ever been gathered in this exact formation ever in the entire history of the universe. The universe is billions of years old, and none of us have ever been together in this room to come together to create this unique organism, an ensemble, before. Now, ensemble in French means ensemble. But to me, ensemble really is about acknowledging that I see you, that this is happening, that tonight is really going to be a wholly singular experience. So, we're going to knock this out of the way. So, how you play my favorite theater game. When I say the word ensemble, I want all of you in your worst French accents to reply in unison, ensemble. All right, I say ensemble, you say ensemble. Got it? Got it. Now, it won't work if we don't all jump at the same time, all right? You know, if you're afraid of being an asshole, the only way to look like an asshole is not to jump, all right? You know, we are here. I see you, Patrick. Sweet hat. Dan, nice shirt. I was this close to wearing that. But y'all, tonight we are an ensemble.
Ensemble!
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 Ensemble?
Ensemble!
Amazing, yo. That sound has never been uttered once in the history of the universe. We are going to have a great time tonight, so please, just relax, take it easy, sit back, lean forward, whatever. We're going to have a chill night. The camera. Yeah, no, we are recording the show tonight, just so I hopefully don't mess up too badly. But I did figure that, well, I've got this. If y'all wouldn't mind real quick, I'm just going to record a quick message to my future son. No one's pregnant. I've got the equipment, so two birds, one stone. So if you'll just indulge me, and then we'll get right back to the show. Cool? Cool. Hey, son. It's me. Dad. Now, you might be watching this as a baby, so in case you don't understand me, goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Goo 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 gaga 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 goo gaga goo. The Sopranos. Goo goo gaga goo goo gaga 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 goo. And just in case you're watching this when you're a little bit older, hey son, it's me, Dad. My real name is Chris, but for some reason, don't you ever call me that, okay? I'm making a video for you so you can get a little bit of an insight into what it was like for your old man when he was in his mid-30s. We're doing a show right now. We got all these people here, yeah. So a show was this thing that we did in the before times when we still had electricity. And, electricity, oh, shit, electricity. Electricity was this thing that I've never had to explain what electricity is before. It was super important, and we use it to run all of the machines, see in the dark like lights, like mini fires everywhere. And we would use that to see in the dark, and eventually you could just use your phone, but a phone is well, I guess you really wouldn't need a phone after the flood. Look, don't worry about it. All you need to know is that everyone in this room could absolutely explain to you what electricity is, how phones work, how satellites work, right? Right? I could point to any random member of the audience right now, and you could stand up and give us an entire dissertation on how satellites work, right? For sure, right? Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, good. So yeah, we're good. Anyway, son, I love you. Hey, the sun is going to be up soon, all right? And just remember not to stay out past 11 a.m., all right? Because of the ultraviolet radiation. So say it with me. We can't stay outside because the hole in the ozone layer expanded, and now we're all just raw dogging the sun. All right. I love you, son. I love you. Thank you for letting me do that. All right. There really is a show. I promise. The real reason we are here tonight, I am trying to solve for what it is that I really want out of this life, with the time that I have left. So here goes. Let's clean that up. I'm so nervous. In 1993, I killed a man. Am I being serious? Did I just get up on stage and invite all of you here so I could admit to a crime and now make all of you accessories after the fact? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, maybe. No, I did not do a murder when I was 4 years old, y'all. But I did watch an 11-year-old make multiple attempts when I saw Home Alone for the first time. And that movie made a major impact on me. And not for the reasons you'd expect. You'd think that the takeaway would be how to prevent a home invasion or kidnapping, which makes a lot of sense because, y'all, when I was 4 years old, I was so kidnappable. I mean, we're talking penny loafers, sweaters from the Gap, platinum blonde chili bowl. I am the ideal dream to a kidnapper. If I wore overalls, I might as well have been wearing a glorified kidnapper's handle. I am the target demographic for the intended message of Home Alone. And look, who knows? It might not have been that bad. The kidnapping, I mean, maybe the kidnapper was someone from the community, usually is, and they saw one of my school plays and decided to kidnap me, bring me to Los Angeles, and make me a star. And yes, it is cold and damp in the cell, but there are glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling and getting auditions. And at the end of the day, in Hollywood, it is about the grind. I mean, if you wait for ideal circumstances, you'll never get started. So you do get an audition for Barney, but the sheer sight of a 7-foot-tall dinosaur makes you pee your pants, so you don't get the part. But hey, that's show business, right, baby? Better luck next time. So I'm watching Home Alone, and it's become clear that this home invasion plotline is nothing more than a red herring. This film is a Chekhovian drama about a black sheep in a family carving out his own space in a cruel and unfair world. It's the night before the McAllisters and their entire heavily extended Midwest Catholic, Irish Catholic family are visiting for the holidays. They're all heading to Paris, so we're talking 135 people under one roof, and they order a massive amount of pizza. Now, in the movie, it's $122.50, which, accounting for inflation, is $260.93 in today's money. We can only buy half as much 1993 pizza today. It's a travesty. But the pizza hits the kitchen, and it is a free-for-all. And here comes little, sweet, innocent baby Kevin McAllister, elbowing his way to get to his share of the haul, only to discover there are no cheese pizzas. Which, when you're a child, is a violation of nature. So Kevin accosts the delivery driver, only to return to the kitchen to witness his older brother, Buzz. Fucking Buzz. His parents named their own child Buzz, and Buzz is eating all of Kevin's goddamn pizza. So, in a fit of righteousness, little, sweet, innocent baby Kevin McAllister charges his brother Buzz, striking him in the gut, forcing him to asphyxiate with his pizza still in his swollen gullet. And when I tell you, I felt seen. That's the power of cinema. But no, Kevin's the bad guy here, and he gets sent to bed. On the way up, his mom, played by Catherine O'Hara, praise be, she says, I don't want to see you again for the rest of the whole night. Well, I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. I hope you don't mean that. You'd feel pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you didn't have a family. No, I wouldn't. Then say it again. Maybe it'll happen. I hope I never see any of you jerks again. All over pizza. And honestly, proportional response, because the pizza was a metaphor for something vital, because as soon as Kevin gets his wish and his entire family disappears, he promptly orders himself a lovely cheese pizza just for me. And yes, he does get it by threatening the delivery driver with gun violence, which does raise a larger question about the role of guns in our media, but that's not the point. The point is, an entire pizza to yourself represents utter independence. And from that day forward, all I wanted was an entire pizza to myself. And I hounded my mom every night on end, annoying her to the point, asking for pizza for dinner every single night, that her solution was to ground me for 2 weeks by having nothing but pizza. a fool. And we did. And for 2 weeks, I saw the face of God. And if I'm being honest, an entire cheese pizza to myself is still what freedom means to me. I mean, granted, I am 35, so it does mean other things because of, health and science. But I mean, independence is about doing it for yourself first. I mean, sometimes you got to set a boundary, do it for yourself first, and then sometimes you meet someone that you want to share a slice with or two. And that's what happiness is. Oh, son, pizza, right. I was talking this whole time, I didn't tell you what pizza was. Pizza was this, it's like an open-faced sandwich. It's like a salad with a bread plate. Look, I've never had to explain pizza before, honestly. Hey, son, if you don't have pizza in the future, I would just go to the dam, destroy it, flood the town all over again, because a life without pizza, I mean, is that even worth living? Am I right, brother? All right. My son is not doing well. All right. I love you, son. But yeah, pizza is something. Oh, that's good. I should write that down. So pizza is something. Y'all, I didn't know any better. That looks like progress. We're getting there. I like it. All together, my ensemble.
Ensemble!
Okay, good. I was making sure you're still with me. Y'all, pizza is so good. If you listen closely enough, it will tell you the truth. Fuck. There's this voice inside my head, one of many, that is just constantly going off at every chance it gets. Lose weight. Never offers any constructive criticism, no nutritional advice, no exercise regimens, just lose weight. And this voice is obsessed with the number. The number on the scale. The thing is, this voice doesn't even make sense. My brain knows it's not about the number, and yet, lose weight. The thing is, though, I did lose weight twice. And it sucked. Twice. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are way nicer to you when your number is correct. You suddenly exist as a person. The problem is you are still you with you. And high number or low number, man, I hate what I see. I mean, the number would go up. I'd look at photos of me from, an earlier year with a lower number and thinking, wow, just back to that. If I could just get back to that, I'd be good. Like in 2016, looking at photos of me in 2013, thinking, wow, just back to that. When I know that in 2013, I was looking at photos of me in 2010, just repeating the cycle, wanting something that I know at the time wasn't happy either. So it's not about the number, it's about health, it's about maintenance, it's about sticking around. Ooh, is that what I want? To stick around? I mean, this is nice, being here with y'all. My ensemble? Oh, gonna love that. My future son. For those of you that don't know, my wife and I, we just moved to Tennessee a few years ago. We just moved to Tracy City up on top of the mountain this past year. We were living in Knoxville, then came to Sewanee, and now Tracy City. That's our third city in 3 years. In fact, that's my 20th move in the last 16 years. From my hometown of Dallas to Los Angeles, all the way back to Dallas, all around Dallas, then to New York. I don't know if I mentioned that. I used to live in New York. If any of you have ever had the opportunity to live in New York, you know that you are contractually obligated to bring it up as many times in conversation as possible. So from New York City to Iowa City, and then from Iowa City to Knoxville, Tennessee, then Sewanee, Tennessee, and now Tracy City, Tennessee. That's 20 moves in the last 16 years. So on average, for the last decade and a half, I've moved at least once every single year since 2007. That's 20 moves since Switzerland accidentally invaded Liechtenstein. And we all remember that. I don't need to get into it. March 3rd, right? 2007, right? 171 Swiss soldiers get lost in the rain during a training exercise and accidentally cross the border into Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein, right? Seventh smallest country in the world, highest GDP in the world. Look, I know you're not going to sit there with a straight face. We have cameras right now, Chris. I know you're not going to sit there with a straight face and pretend like you don't remember the look on Swiss President Micheline Calmy-Ray's face when she had to apologize to the Liechtensteiners. Chris, you're sitting there with a straight face like you don't know about Liechtensteinian Interior Ministry spokesman Marcus Amon saying, it's not like the Swiss came over here with attack helicopters. Like, what the hell, Marcus? Liechtenstein is a tiny country. It's about the size of the Isle of Man. So what, 5'10" at best? And you're going to bring attack helicopters into this? Why are you always trying to stir shit up, Marcus? Why can't you just leave things be, Mark? All right, just leave it. So just don't pretend like you don't know about Mark, okay? Not tonight. And do not get me started on the 2008 Liechtensteinian tax affair, okay?
It was a dark time.
It was a dark time. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. Son, it's fine. It's not nearly as bleak as what you're dealing with. So I've moved 20 times since that happened. And let's just say that for every time that I moved, I spent a minimum of 30 days worrying about where I was going, packing, moving, unpacking. That's 600 days of my life just moving. That's 6% of my life dedicated solely to moving. And yeah, I know what anxiety is, and no, I don't think the two are related. Even if there was this study in 1967 that measured the impact of major life events on a scale of 1 to 100 points, they called it the Social Readjustment Rating Scale, or SRRS, SIRS for short. And on SIRS, they rated, the death of a spouse at 100 points, getting married at 50 stress points, moving at 25 points. Moving twice in a single year is as stressful as getting married once. Well, what if you were to get married twice in a single year and then move? Good question, Sid. I appreciate it. A total annual score of 150 to 299 points in a calendar year meant moderate stress. And, you were going to be fine. But a total annual score of 300 or more meant high stress. And you had an 80% chance of experiencing a stress-related disorder, heart attack, broken bones. I mean, they rated vacation at 13 points. If you vacation too much in a single year, it will literally break your bones. So this last move was my 20th move, which brings my average move per year, or move per MPY, to 1.3, which means I have not stopped moving for a decade and a half. So yeah, moving is stressful. But I mean, what is there to be stressed about? Climate change? Burning through my 20s? Moving around so much that I haven't planted any roots? I might have been totally wrong about every disagreement and decision. What if I was wrong? What if I made the wrong decision going to theater school and I should have done something I would have naturally excelled at, like being a lawyer or neurosurgeon or professional athlete? I mean, what if out there somewhere, some, smarter, even sexier version of me is making all the right decisions all the time, not wasting a single second? And meanwhile, I just keep moving around and I might be wrong? What a fucking nightmare! And I should know, I have no shortage of nightmare fuel. I am afraid of so many things. I'm afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of clowns. I'm afraid that when I take the trash out at night, that the killer from the movie Scream is going to get me. I'm afraid that if I watch a movie about possession, I'll get possessed. I'm afraid of werewolves. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Me. I'm afraid of sharks in swimming pools. I'm afraid of invisible ghosts in swimming pools because of that one episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And yes, I am afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of Lowe's, the hardware store, and the depths. Like, what are we even doing down there at the bottom of the ocean? Why do we keep sending billionaires and submarines down there? Hey, son, I need to borrow this camera for a second, all right? Hey, just one second. This won't take but a second. Hey, dear James Cameron, Academy Award-winning filmmaker of Avatars 1 and 2, Terminators 1 and 2, Titanic, The Abyss. Listen, you above all people should understand the way of water. We do not belong down there. Don't you understand that this is a bell that cannot be unrung? Once you go down there, you could cross the threshold of the nether realm, and if you cross the threshold of the nether realm, say it with me, Chris, you will release His Majesty Cthulhu, igniting a multi-dimensional war spread across all space and time. Like, please, dear, sweet Jim, please. We don't belong down there. The dolphins, they keep reaching out to me, and they're so concerned. They keep saying, The Sopranos. Please, Jim, if not for me, for the dolphins. I'm afraid of all of these things. But my biggest fear is being wrong. I mean, how wrong for how long can you be until you just start wasting time? I mean, if you're wrong, you look stupid. And looking stupid, now that's actually the pinnacle of fear. So if my biggest fear is being wrong through the transitive property of the cosine of the square root, my biggest fear should actually be looking stupid. But look at me. No, Dan, seriously, look at me. Look at me. Do I look very afraid right now? I have a reservoir tip on my head. Do I look very afraid right now? So if I can just find a way to keep looking stupid, there's nothing to be afraid of. So what am I worried about? I mean, I just turned 35. And that's how old my parents were when I was born, so it's not like I feel even further behind. Hey, son, this is dad shit, all right? This, it doesn't mean anything that you weren't here by the time I was 35, all right? I mean, you might never be here, right? I mean, what I'm just saying is that, there's no inherent meaning to how old you are when you become a parent, or if you don't become a parent. I mean, all the meaningful birthdays are meaningless. Not to say that your birthday is meaningless. Also, hey, Jordan, happy birthday. Thanks for coming. Really, it's totally meaningful. But it's not your problem, son, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish I was turning 30. Oh, you wish you were turning 30. Sorry. Maybe I should just move again. That'll solve all of my problems. Oh, maybe it is too late. Oh, when did that start? That feeling that it's already over? I didn't used to feel like that. I mean, for the longest time, I felt invincible and that everything was going to work out and that my own path was special because it was mine. I mean, what happened to make me think that this was it? Maybe it's not so much about what's happened as it's where I've ended up, Whether I was pushed or pulled, where I've ended up in my life, is not what I had envisioned, and I am just lost, man. It's like that scene from the end of Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs was a movie from 1991 where Jodie Foster played this FBI agent who was trying to capture this not captured serial killer with the help of a captured serial killer, Anthony Hopkins. And I cannot stress this enough. It is not a date movie, okay? But at the end of Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster has tracked down the serial killer, the not captured one, to the basement, and she's chasing him through this darkened basement. She can't see anything, and meanwhile, Buffalo Bill is just watching her with these night vision goggles. Meanwhile, Jodie is just... That's me right now. At this stage of my life, I'm FBI Jodie. Just totally trapped in a basement. Again, that's the second time since Los Angeles. Just totally lost, man. And I know that when you're lost, you're supposed to remain calm. But can I tell you a secret? I'm fucking panicking. I mean, everyone makes this huge deal about turning 30, and I think that makes sense because, I think we know in our guts that it is the beginning of a new chapter, but what they don't tell you is that you're going to spend the first 5 years of your 30s learning you didn't know anything in your 20s. But By the time that you've learned that, you've just spent 5 years learning that you didn't know anything then, and now you don't know anything new either. And if I don't know anything, how could I possibly know what it is I want? I mean, how do I know how to know what it is I want? And if I don't know that, I mean, what is the point of all of this? This fucking feeling, man, it's just been going on so long that at this point, I'm just performing living and letting years go by. And now, every single day is just tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Creeps at this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools their way to dusty death. Out, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard from no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Was that Shakespeare? Did I just use Shakespeare to make sense of my own despair? And by naming that feeling, somehow make it more manageable? Did I just use both my theater degrees in a real life scenario to solve a problem? So theater school wasn't a waste of time. Hey, son, I need to borrow this for a second. Hey, I need to talk to my acting teacher, Jim. Okay, hey, Jim, it's Chris. Not James Cameron. Can you imagine if my acting teacher was James Cameron? There's like practically no water in this entire show. Jim, what's happening, man? Yeah, no, it's me, yeah. Spent 4 whole years trying to get through to me, and apparently all I needed was an existential crisis in public for the words to finally make sense. And all of this, life, is something. If life is something, and pizza is something, then life is pizza. Pizza is life. And that means I still don't know what I want. Fuck! Okay. All right, look. I mean, maybe I'm not supposed to have the answers to any question, big or small. You know, don't come to me if you want the answers. Like, where did the cannibals even get the infrastructure to pour the concrete for the neon sign? I mean, where do they run power from? Power from where? Do they have a generator? Are they running power cables under the ocean? I mean, do the cannibals have an entire marketing team? I mean, why build the sign if not to attract tourists? Here on Cannibal Island, we have but 2 things. No food and Steve. Steve's our neon guy. What's that? Here on Cannibal Island, we have but 2 things. Food, and are now accepting applications for our new neon guy position. If ye be interested, please submit your CV. That's CV, like the ocean. You're welcome. And the contact information for at least 3 business references. I mean, the cannibals know what they want so badly, so clearly. They have an entire recruitment strategy. Meanwhile, I keep luring loose strangers into darkened rooms. Hey, son. Hey, son. That's just a figure of speech. All right. Daddy did not lure people into darkened rooms. Okay. Daddy would never. We're doing theater right now. All right. And theater was one of the most lucrative things you could do in 2024. Oh man. I mean, everyone wanted to do theater. Everyone wanted to go to theater. And as far as what Daddy wants, I can tell the crowd really does not want me to call myself daddy again. I mean, the audience knows what they want. The cannibals know what they want. What do I want? All right. I want independence. I want happiness. I want to find one place to live so I can just live. Is that it? I just want life. I don't want to die just yet. I mean, when I do die, I know what I want. I know that I definitely don't want to be buried or cremated. My fear is that somehow you're still cosmically conscious of what's going on even after you're dead. So, you're either in a box underground or on fire. So that's why I would like to be catapulted into space. I made a blueprint. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. All right, can everyone see this? Can you see that? All right, so that's the sun. We're all familiar. That's me. Hi, I'm doing the show right now. And this is the catapult. Now, you'll notice that we went with the standard model of catapult, not the trebuchet. And that was really just to conserve on materials. But yeah, this is my plan. Because I don't know anything. Remember? Jordan, I believe it's your birthday, so you can have that. Happy birthday. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's still time. I don't know if there's still hope. Definitely don't know what I want. I mean, all I can tell you is what I believe. Can I tell you what I believe? Can I tell you what I believe? I said, can I tell you? No, I meant ensemble. There they are, baby. Okay, dope, enough. I'll fucking tell you. So I believe that very, 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 very soon, or in 6 billion years, the planet is going to explode. The sun, familiar, will expand into a red dwarf, which will engulf Mercury, and then Venus, and then the Earth. And when that happens, all life on this planet will end. And I just find that so comforting. Everything, the living, the dead, my dogs, my cats, my wife, not necessarily in that order, honey. But if it ever existed here on this planet, it is literally going up in smoke. And when that explosion comes, the remains of this planet will be jettisoned out into the universe on a collision course for the worlds and solar systems. And this material, this matter, this stardust will be the seeds of future worlds and generations. So the people you meet in this life, the connections you make, the love you foster, the hate that rots, all of it physically imprints itself onto you, into your molecules, into your carbon. And it's coming. This, all these pieces of paper, all of this. Sorry, Corey, we're all going. It is literally everyone is just going to go, oh my God, there is fire everywhere. Honey, get the kids. What's that? Oh no, the kids are on fire too? All right, we'll be fine. Don't you find this encouraging? The only place I know that we are going is together. Hey, that's one thing. That's one thing I know. I know one thing. Solved all my life's problems. Oh, shit. No, wait. Hey, Jordan, I need to see that. I need to see this again. Sorry. All right. So if you catapult me into space, right? The law of physics are going to dictate that my body is just going to keep hurtling through space forever. So when the planet does explode, I wouldn't be here, and y'all would never catch up. So if I want to be a part of something at all, my body has to stay on the planet. I don't want to be buried. I don't want to be cremated. I don't want to be catapulted into space. There you go. Y'all just take my body and put it in a meat grinder and make me into pepperoni. Just make me into pizza. look, this is what I want. I mean, look, you might have a dead body on your hands. You can take it to Cannibal Island for all I care. They would be thrilled. They have not stopped bothering me about Steve's job. But this is what I want. Take what I am, make it a part of something larger than myself that can serve 4 to 6 hungry people. I mean, if I could do that, if I could be that of service, I'd have a purpose, a destination, dare I say, a direction. Be cool, be easy, be calm. I want to be pizza, man. I want to be pizza. Y'all, we solved it. Wow, holy shit, thank you so much. We just completely solved it. Oh, and son, pizza, as it turns out, is the answer to everything. So if you are ever looking for that really traditional slice of pizza really late at night, oh, shit, speaking of late at night, you should probably getting in soon. The polar moon is going to be out and you don't want to be around for the ice wolves. But look, hey, I got to go. Okay, but hey, listen, okay? If there is one thing I want you to take away from this video, okay? I used to live in New York. Ensemble? Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Spay and neuter your pets. I'll see you. Bye.